weekend recap.
Friday in Nottingham, Lee Wood defeats Ryan Doyle to retain his Commonwealth title. Wood dominated Doyle up until the 10th round when he finally ended the night via knockout. On the same card, Enrique Tanaco upset Jordan Gill by 8th round TKO. Tanaco appeared too much for Gill, starting early and not giving up. Gill claims after the bout that he was ill going into the fight and vowed to get back to his winning ways soon. It would be interesting to see if the powers that be put together a Wood versus Tanaco fight. Since both fought on the same day, that would make sense. I'd say he should challenge him, or should Wood go after the Sanchez versus Gago EU title winner first before moving up to try to get a world ranking. Stephen Smith was also on the card, defeating Des Newton by a score of 60-54. Can Smith ever contend for a title again? On SHOBox New Generation card on Friday, opening up the night, we saw Saul Sanchez win via 8th round stoppage over Brandon Benitez for the WBO Latino title at bantamweight. In his first SHOBox debut, Sanchez got the victory, however not without issues. Sanchez will need to tighten up his defense if he expects to move up the ladder. Not sure he's quite ready for the next level yet. We'll soon see. Michael Dachova made quick work of late replacement Roski Cristobal. Maybe Mike can get a bigger name to tackle in his next bout. Is he ready for the likes of Mason Menard or possibly Peter Petrov, who defeated a prior opponent of Dachova earlier on the card when he beat Ruben Tamayo? The main event saw featherweight prospect Ruben Villa win via decision over Luis Lopez. It was a challenging fight for Villa, although a clear victory for Ruben. Ruben should be getting another SHOBox appearance. Maybe he can face Tanaco. We'll see what his future holds. On Saturday, Stephen Hartel is a new EU super middleweight champion after defeating Robin Krasniqi via unanimous decision in Germany. I'd like to see Stefan face maybe Zug or Figgenbutts next before taking on a world champion, which is his aspirations. On the PBC undercards, we saw Stephen Fulton capture the IBO Super Bantamweight title, defeating the champ Paul Mbunda by unanimous decision. And Alex Marin won by decision over former champ Luis Concepcion for the IBO Intercontinental Super Flyweight title. Then on the Fox portion of the card, we saw Matt Karboff and Emmanuel Aline fight to a majority draw. From first glance, it looks as if Karboff had done enough to secure a victory. However, after some controversy with the scoring, it appears two judges gave it a draw after mistakenly ruling a called slip as a knockdown. What's next for these guys? Who knows in the crowded middleweight division what fight is for these guys? Rematch possibly, or move on? My vote, Karboff to face somebody like Gabe Rosado, while Aline could challenge somebody like Luis Arias, or vice versa, doesn't matter. But these guys really not really ready for the title shots, and neither should they jump anybody that's up ahead of them for it. Mario Barras stops Juan Velasco by second round stoppage via body shot. After the fight, Barrios called out the junior welterweight champions. However, they are all either on other platforms or tied up with fights scheduled. If Mario keeps winning in the fashion he did, then surely his time will come soon enough. And then the main event saw a mandatory challenger, Julian JROCK Williams, upset Jarrett Swift Hurd. JROCK is now the unified champions, and his emotions were very telling at the end. Williams won in front of a pro-Hurd crowd in Virginia. The Philly native proved the better boxer on the night and even dropped Hurd early in the fight. The best rounds for Hurd were a few of the middle rounds. However, JROCK started strong and finished in the same way. Not sure if a rematch is immediate, however, JROCK extended the courtesy. However, next time he said it's in Philly. In Arizona on ESPN, 2 rematches were on the bill. First, Emmanuel Navarrete stops Isaac Dogba in the 12th after his corner stopped him from taking any more punishment. Manny was the clear better fighter on the night, starting early, hurting Isaac often. Manny may have broken his hand in victory, however, it was of no consequence because as it seemed to bother him is when Dogba's corner called it a night. Not sure what's next. Manny, who holds the WBO title, may have a network conflict with the other 2 champs in the division. Let's hope we could get some cooperation to establish an undisputed super bantamweight champ soon. Manny versus Romain on DAZN or ESPN, and the winner faces Vargas. That's what I'd suggest. And in the main event of a rematch from a couple of years back, Miguel Berchelt stops Francisco Vargas in the 6th round. The one-sided affair saw Vargas outmatched by the constant pressure of Berchelt. And although not looking bad, it just wasn't nearly enough to hold off the determination of Miguel. After the fight, Miguel called out the winner of the scheduled Ito versus Heron fight later on in May, as well as wanting the task of challenging pound-for-pound great lightweight champ Vasyl Lomachenko. We'll see what path he takes. That's today's edition of Too Tough Talk. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Too Tough Talk. Like, comment, and share with your buddies. Please subscribe and get notified. Too Tough, and that's my piece. Peace.